All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Doing better than the spy. That is for sure. So, guys, hope you're doing well. Let's get into it this morning. Look at the stuff we had yesterday. I mean, it was definitely an interesting day. I got the spy up here now. Just a lot of red in the screen yesterday, and that's all you had to do. Just find your favorite stock, and especially towards the later parts of the day, just short it, right? I mean, that was very easy trading day yesterday. Let's start with Baba here, guys. Baba again, incredible short out of the gates. This thing was rather weak. So you can see a nice little drop here. Tries to get above the VWAP, cannot. And then around noon, you start seeing this drop again. And of course, we also the drops that happen later in the afternoon, right? Just everything was flushing down. Same thing with Apple, guys. Did try to get going here very nicely. A nice pop up though to start the day. So this traded very well at the market open, showing some strength. Then it got really toppy, and again, so this is just going to be the routine for everything around 1 o'clock or so. Just a huge sell off we had yesterday. It's going to be a definitely an interesting day. SoFi was amazing, guys. A lot of you guys traded this one. I did not. But you guys did do very well on this one. A beautiful breakout here and just kept going. This thing was heavily in play, has been in the last couple of days. So that was nice to see. And again, just I don't think a lot of stocks survived the sell-off later in the afternoon parts of the day. Lucid, very choppy start. And again, just same situation here towards the end. Ford, I mean, Ford gapped down big, right? They had a downgrade. And they were actually very strong at the market open. So showing some nice strength here, going from 2170 over to 2290. And it's so
Sellers
funny.
let them bid it up so that they could get out at a slightly higher price before they dumped. Is what happened
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Uh, I'm telling you, in this week and last week, we have spoken about Ford more than me and you have since we've been doing this
In
show
three
together.
years, yeah. Yep.
So no question. So huge sell off there as well towards the end, and then Microsoft again, same story as well. Nothing much going on in the morning, but then a nice sell off towards the end of the day. Norm, let's go to the market pulse. What is the latest and greatest this morning?
Yeah, I mean, what transpired yesterday is pretty telling. It's pretty typical of a weak market. Just aren't buyers right now at this level, trying to see what's gonna happen, what's gonna pan out. Obviously, the COVID news changes day by day. It seems, yesterday it was announced that UK is gonna essentially get rid of all the restrictions. Don't exactly understand the complete timeline on that. I think some are done today. I think some are be in a few weeks. If I'm incorrect, I apologize. I don't follow British politics all that closely. But that having been said, the spy, it gapped higher. It rose yesterday and then had a pretty hard sell off. Like I said, in a weak market, not a lot of buyers. That's not atypical. So we'll see how this pans out. I don't know that today will be too crazy. It's a Friday. We've had a lot of movement in the last few weeks, and we're a decent ways off those highs from 480ish down here, almost to 440. So. Are people going to want to take shorts over a weekend? Are people going to really want to initiate new positions over the weekend? We've got what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and all that, and everything else. So my thought is today might be a little more mundane than it looks right now, but you never know.
Yep, I agree. It'll definitely be interesting for sure. Looking at the last couple of days here in the market. So, guys, let's take a look at our gappers list this morning. So far, we have a lot in the red. And just Piton, Piton is green today, actually, guys. It's up
Yeah, well,
5%. So,
it had
uh,
a they had a they obviously they had that news of is halting production on their products for I read into it yesterday and I can't remember which product is how long, but I mean it's not like car dealers go through a rough spot. They slow down production for a couple of weeks. This is like months. Some of their stuff they're talking about not producing until like July, I think. Some of it maybe
mhm,
not until next year. I mean, how much inventory are you sitting on? So that's
right.
after they came out and it was said that there was going to be like a 40-ish percent cut in their sales and marketing budgets and layoffs. And then the CEO comes out and says, no, those rumors aren't true. Apparently that happened last night. If you look at that after hours action, it popped pretty hard on that. I've had a
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
number of price target changes lowered, but they've moved from either sells or holds to buys, just because it got hit. It's been hit so hard now that it's even below their lowered expectations. So
Yeah, yeah. Definitely in play, or at least one to watch this morning, guys. I'm gonna remove our watch list here.
it'll be interesting to see what Peloton does
Yeah,
today.
I agree. I agree. Big red day for them yesterday. We'll put them on our list today, up 5% this morning, and just insane volume, 1.5 million shares traded right now. So definitely want to keep an eye on. Let's see what's gapping down. We'll do the top five, and then we'll see what you guys have over in the chat and on YouTube as well. Starting with Netflix this morning. Oh, what's up with the link? Link is not in place here. Let's try that again. Here we go. All right, click on Netflix now. There it is. All right, so Netflix, guys, big gap down today, down 20% this morning. So they are definitely not having fun. Norm, what's the latest and greatest on these guys?
Earnings last night, so their guidance was pretty awful, of what they see coming up this quarter specifically. So they
Hmm,
got just
hmm.
destroyed on that. I've heard differing opinions. I mean, obviously, this is another shutdown play, to a degree, not quite to the degree as Peloton is, but yeah, they're getting hammered on that. I've heard some people calling it overreaction. I don't know if that's the case or not, but
Yeah, this
um,
is a big drop, guys, here on Netflix. I guess people are getting out and doing other things, right? And instead of being stuck on the TV, which
it's
we
there's
we have
also
been
an
for a
issue
while.
with their releases and their original stuff. There's
Hmm.
kind of a dearth of that right now, and it won't. I think they said that most of their original production material will be released in the second half of the year, which isn't helping them in the short term.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, Netflix on here, guys. Definitely in play. We'll see how this plays out. Down nicely this morning. Here's Riot. Riot is down 8.2. I see Mara is on here as well. They're down 6.4. I tend to like Mara a little bit better. I'm gonna put them on here for now. 489,000 shares traded. They have not been trading all that well though the last couple of days, at least for me. Last couple of
Cryptos
weeks
are in the
actually.
toilet.
Yeah. So we'll
Bitcoin
see.
dipped below
Yeah.
38,000 this morning, so it's been on a pretty good slide. Lost that
Hmm.
42 level on Bitcoin, so
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
see.
what I noticed is on Mara though, what we've been getting is we'll get the gap down early on, and then the actual intraday action hasn't been great to day trade. So
Hmm.
we'll see if that changes today. But they have not been a good day trading stock, intraday trading stock here. NVAX this morning down 5.3. Volume is extremely light, what they typically have in the pre-market. I'm not seeing anything explosive on this, guys, unless there's any news, which I doubt with that type of volume. You know what? I'm not even gonna add this as possible. I just don't. I think we can find something better. And thinking about that, I'll look at stuff like Apple. Right, I'm gonna have Apple on my list, of course, with the way this market has been. You can look at other things like AMD, some of the tech plays in here. So there'll be a couple of things that we can look at instead of NVAX this morning. Here's Coin. Coin is down. Bitcoin's down. A lot of these start taking a hit again. Just not have not been trading well lately. Here's Disney. Now, is Disney kind of moving a little bit of sympathy here? They're down 3.4. Oh,
Yeah, I think so. I
they
haven't
have
really
earnings.
seen anything.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything
Hmm.
just crazy with Disney that would
Yeah.
warrant this. So I'm thinking it's sympathy play.
All right. So we'll see what Disney does there. You know, sympathy plays could be okay sometimes. So let's put that on there. BHP. No, this and we've seen this before. It
No, it's
doesn't trade
trash.
very
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
yeah. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Horrible. CSX also no good. Is it a real company or something? I'm
Yeah, it's a
confused on
real.
this. Is it a real company? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't trade well. I know we don't have many. Might as well just go through these. Here's Fubo. Fubo at the moment, not really in play, guys. Very light on volume, just getting over that 100,000 shares traded. Ford, I think Ford is worth watching. I think Ford is,
Yeah, it could
uh,
be for
yeah,
sure.
could be good here, guys. The fun might be slightly over for
I won't,
Ford.
but I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
deny that it's been a wild ride the last couple of weeks.
I agree. You know, I've been having it on my list once or twice, maybe more, and I still have not traded. I still have found other things to trade other than Ford. Rivian this morning. I know you like guys like this one. This is down 2%, 160,000. I don't like the way intraday trades, and we won't give them too much credit for yesterday because you could have watched anything yesterday and taken advantage
Yeah.
of this sell off. So I'm not going to give them credit for that. They tend to be on the choppier side of things. Norm, anything you like that's not on this list this morning?
Nvidia, um, it had been on the list, but it's now a little bit under the 2% threshold.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then I'll let the room call them out.
All right, you got it. Corey, we'll start with you there. Ford, yeah, that's looking good. We'll be watching that one. Rivian, low 60s. Yeah, they've been getting killed. Rivian has been getting slammed here, guys. So,
Yeah.
yeah, the daily you can see has been, it has not been fun for these guys. Well below their IPO price. Yeah, not a good deal for them. Um, Intraday trading, though, I think they're still a very horrible stock. I think we can find better, especially with the way the market has been. SoFi, yeah, SoFi was great yesterday, guys. Beautiful pop in here. Today already, they got great volume actually, 2.3 million shares traded. So that should be fun. Let's see. SoFi is on here. We'll add this here. I think it is in play. You just got to be patient with this one at times, right? That's all. SoFi is good. Facebook, Dan, let's see what Facebook is doing this morning. So if we take a look there, it's seems very quiet and again, without giving them credit for this, I don't know if they're really in play this morning, right? It's just going to depend on the overall market, really. And once you start looking at the overall market, there's so many other things you can look at. So I might pass on this one. Will, you're giving us Lucid, another explosive type stock there. This morning, right now, 505,000. Pre market's okay. Daily's actually very choppy. If you look at it closely here, it has been very, very choppy. You had a couple of breakouts here after the seventh is good. Couple of nice white bars, and then we're back to this choppy area around 39 bucks. We'll have to wait and see. I would love for this to hit our scanners, maybe. This one hits a turbo breakup and breakdown pretty aggressively because they get heavy volume. So look out for that turbo breakdown, turbo breakup scanner in our chat, guys, and look out for that one. That could be a good one if it pops up there. Piton is on our list. That is good this morning. Thank you, Corey. Microsoft. Let's take a look. Yeah, you can look at Microsoft. I'm gonna keep Apple and Nvidia actually looks really good, way better than Microsoft does right now. Just thinking about all these tech companies, this one looks really nice, guys. Pre-market action is good. 800,000 for Nvidia is a great volume. And if you guys remember, Nvidia was trading very nice in this stretch over here. We had some pretty good days. They start with this typical pre-market action of 800,000 plus. So I like the way that's setting up early this morning. Microsoft will skip on for now because of that. LAC, what do we have here, Jeff? LAC. No, the daily. I see what you're looking at the daily for a possible continuation and breakdown. But for the most part, again, just 25,000 shares traded right now. Very light on volume. The only thing that looks good here is this daily. But once you look at the volume, I start to get very concerned, which is trading 4.8 million shares traded for the entire day yesterday, and you dropped $1. I mean, that could be concerning. Um, right? So you're talking about yesterday. Just take a quick look about yesterday. Yeah, see, I can't give them credit for this, right? This is not dumb. You could have watched anything and taken advantage of this drop here. So you take that out of the equation and you look at the rest of the stuff here. You have one pop here. Doesn't look great. It's just my take on it. ATVI, we know they had that buyout news, and I don't think it's you had the one day where it sold
Dead.
off, and it's not doing anything. And it might be like
Yeah,
this for a
it's just
while,
gonna sit
really.
there. I
Yeah.
think it will be. I mean,
Hmm.
I know there's been some fluctuation. It dropped that day. There were questions of that going through. It's going to be so long. Your money's tied up. It's seven
Yeah.
percent inflation currently, so it makes
Yeah.
sense. I just don't see this as being in play unless something happens with that deal and it falls
Hmm.
through or something like
Yeah.
that. It's dead for now.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, nothing happening there, guys. INTC has a catalyst. What's their catalyst this morning? INTC.
Believe it
INTC.
was announced they're opening a chip fab production facility
Mm,
in Ohio.
okay. All right. I mean,
I think that's what it was. I think it
not
was
sure
in
how strong
Ohio.
that catalyst is, though. You're opening a facility. I mean, there's been so many
It's
issues
a
with
big deal.
chips. It is. You think so?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big deal.
We'll put it
INTC
on here.
sucks to trade.
Yeah,
You might find a derivative play off of that somewhere,
yeah,
but
yeah.
INTC itself as a ticker, I not
Yeah, I don't
fun to
know how
trade
well it's
very
going to
much.
trade here with that, but we'll see. I mean, they had volume this morning, but I just don't know. If they get inventory and start shipping stuff, start shipping computers, yeah, maybe. But
We'll
it's
have to
been an
fast
issue.
forward like 3 years for that.
Yeah, yeah, it's the inventory is the issue with these computer parts, man. People just can't get them, and the ones you can get are so overpriced. It's unbelievable. Here's Tesla here, guys. Tesla, pretty much flat right now. 500,000 shares trade at the moment. I don't see anything explosive. I think we could have better stocks on our list right now. Heading down, BBYs. BBY, do they have earnings? That's the only time we look at these guys.
No, they're
No,
not in
they're
play.
dead. They're dead. Dead, dead, dead. Let's go to GID, excuse me. GID.
Q.
ETF, what is this?
That is an ETF, but that's a
Yeah,
Q. Did you say
sorry, Q.
GID? What do you look? Yeah,
I have no idea. Yeah, QID, sorry, QID. I'm thinking of the magazine GQ or something. QID here. Yeah, no good, guys. I don't see
short
anything going on
Nasdaq
there.
ETF.
Yep. Intel, yep. Low power Bitcoin mining chips. Yeah. All right, what else? What else? Cost. Here it is. Cost. No, cost has no volume, guys. Nothing happening there. Um, okay. I think we are done here, guys. Let's take a look at our chat over on YouTube, guys. If you haven't done so already, please hit that thumbs up. We appreciate every very, very much as we do this show every day here. It does help out the channel quite a bit. So thank you for that. Starting with Faiza. Faiza, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Faiza. CVE.
Faisal?
CVE. Faisal. It could be Faisal. You know, why I decided to pronounce the hardest names? But Faisal, CVE, no, 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 no. Nothing happening here. 7,000
No volume.
shares, no volume. No, that's the no, no, no of the day there. So QQQ SPY, yeah, Jay. I mean, that's what we're looking at. I'm gonna have a SPY chart up, of course. We got to see how this market's gonna open
Yeah, I
up on a
mean
Friday.
the moves in the
Yeah,
market are so strong right now, and I
it's
don't mean
crazy
strong in an upward way. I just mean overall
volatility.
strong in the
Yeah,
market. That if taking a trade against the market's pretty damn tough at the
yeah.
moment.
No, I agree 100%. Take a look at SoFi. SoFi has a positive catalyst, right? And although they wanted to get going here, they did. Look, the market brings them right back down. This is all the market. If it
Hmm.
was not for the market, this probably would not happen, right? When you have a sell-off like that. So eyes on the spies for sure, guys. And I'm with you, Norm. I will not be trying to take a trade against whatever the spy is doing if it's going to be trending the way it did, up
Hmm.
or down. BX, nothing happening here, guys. Another no, no, no there. Riot. I have Mara on my list, but again, they have not. It's probably going to be a possible. They have not been trading there as far as intraday trades, right? I know Bitcoin is down and it has been, as Norm says, sliding a bit. But the intraday trades on these tickers has not been great, at least for me. SVF SVFD. No, this looks so bad.
Yeah, it's a low
Oof.
float, I
Yeah.
believe. I saw this one earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. You saw it earlier as you were searching
Two,
for low
yeah, like
flow
2 million.
opportunities. No, guys, this looks really, really bad. Just look at the way these candles are forming. And this is the five
Yeah.
minute. You look at the 1 minute, it's probably gonna look even worse. So don't get fooled by the volume it's being thrown around here. This is not trading well for a low flow. You guys seen the stuff we like for a low flow. We like to see that kind of ABCD pattern, breakouts of the highs forming. This doesn't have any of that. You have a pop and a drop, some sideways action, and let's see what it does here. But not looking all that great. Tempo, I do have Mara on. It's a possible. We'll see where that goes today. All right, AMC. Yes, AMC was interesting as well yesterday. This morning 424,000 again, pretty much flat. We'll have to see how things play out here. I mean, they just been getting slammed, guys. AMC here. If you look at the daily since November, has not been pretty for them. At least the last 2 months there. So, yeah, I mean, it's always fun to watch, but I don't think they're really heavily in play this morning. All right, perfect, guys. Let's take a look at our community events and announcement. I think we're all set. We'll come back and fine tune this list in just a moment.
All right. Thor's tape reading webinar should be posted. I know I said that yesterday and there was an issue, but I believe it is up now. So, and then next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern's Peter talking about his day to day plan to start your trading journey. Mike's webinar is posted on the creating a solid pre-market team and building confidence that way. And then next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, note the special time because of our time zone. Credo will be talking about decoding your trading challenges and the fear of taking or holding trades. If you have not checked it out, be sure to go to stocktradingsimulator.com for our free web-based trading replay simulator. Trade after hours with this. You can go. You don't have to download any software. You don't have to sign up for anything. But if you do sign up with your email there, we don't sell it. We don't spam you or anything like that. But you will get homework assignments from Eamon and Simon. I think it's twice a week right now, pointing out some trades to try to take in that simulator. And if you're watching on YouTube, haven't been in the chat, you'd like to give it a shot, you can go to bearbulltraders.com, scroll down the page so you see that test drive now button, sign up for the intro membership, use the code premarket24. It'll get you a discount off of that. It is a one-time payment, does not recur. After the 7 calendar days, 5 trading days, it cancels. And if you'd like to continue, you have to choose a different kind of membership category. Also, if you'd like to become an elite member, get access to all of the webinars, past and future, that we've been discussing, you can use the promo code WINTER40 to get 40% off the elite annual membership.
All right, thank you, Norm, for that. Guys, let's get into what we have here. So we're looking at Piton. We have Netflix, we have Apple, Ford, Nvidia, and SoFi this morning. So some of these looking pretty decent so far. And then possibles list, we have INTC with a catalyst this morning. We'll see how well that's going to play today. AMD, we have Disney here for sympathy play based on what's going on with Netflix here. It's down 20% this morning. And then Mara, Bitcoin's been sliding a little bit. We'll see if this thing is going to pick up after the bell. And then AMC just for fun here, see if anything comes out of that. So let's get some levels done. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly. All in the rest. A lot of red in the screen this morning. So will be interesting for sure. Piton today. So again, yesterday, just a massive sell-off yesterday for them. Aside from what the overall market was doing, they are not having fun this week, that's for sure. 25.20 is the low of the pre-market for them. Their high of the pre-market sitting around 26.47. So we'll mark that there. Then towards the bottom, guys, previous day close, and then lows from yesterday. And man, we have not been here in quite some time. When was the last time we were in here? I mean, it's going back to 2020 April, May. Right, so April, May, right on here, we could see a couple of levels on the daily being confirmed by your highs and lows, previous day close. In here, towards the bottom, we do have 2188, and then
there were like 3 days below this level or something, not many at all. That it dipped down here at the beginning of the pandemic, but before everybody realized this was going to be the massive thing during that time. It IPO'd, I think, at 29 a few years ago. So
yeah, man. Craziness there, guys. Here is so got some levels there for you. Here is Netflix, man. Netflix, huge drop today, 20%. We'll see how this is going to play out today. Again, this is a big drop already. Are they going to try to fill this gap or hit up, or like Norm mentioned, some people think this could be an overreaction, which tends to happen a lot, especially with this market the way it's been. High of the pre-market looking at 413 and 98. So we'll put
for
a
the
level
record,
there.
I didn't say it's an overreaction. I said some people said it was an
No,
overreaction.
I'm saying you said
Okay.
some people. Yeah,
All right.
not you
I just
specifically.
want to be
Yeah,
clear.
no.
All right.
We are not analysts by any mean at all. So so let's go back over here. So we have been around here back in April, June, guys. Let's zoom in here. April, June, 2020. Yeah, we got some good levels actually. Right now, the highs and lows, you can see how well that is marked here on this daily. That's pretty nice. Towards the bottom, guys, I'm gonna find a great level. Man, Netflix has a really nice daily here. Daily chart, so clean. You can clearly see where some of these levels are happening there. 380.51 and a very clean level there. Another one here at 358.44. So it's pretty clean daily, I gotta say. Towards the top above 413.90, which is your high of your pre-market right now. You have obviously very clean level here, 453. And then in between here, you got a nice area. You got some resistance, some support happening around 434.47, right? So we got some pretty good levels here so far on Netflix. We'll see where this goes today. Again, big drop for them today. They got great volume right now, 1.7 million shares traded. We'll see how that's going to play out today. Here's Apple, 1.5 million shares traded so far. It's going to be a good one to watch. It has been for the last couple of days. 162.50, 162.65 is the low of the pre-market. Towards the top, you got plenty, guys. Highs and lows from the last two trading days. I also want to mark this area here, right around here. This what is this? 168. So you got a couple of things happening over here at 168, worth marking down there on the daily. So you actually have found great support in that area, right? Every time we pop there, we found great support that can now become resistance if we decide to head northeast today. We'll see. 158.40, guys, another level on here, and then you got this little drop over here over at 156. 57. These are the main levels I see on the daily. You can get fancy and come in here. There's a level right on there. You can get fancy and mark this as well. You know what? Let's do it. Why not? 160, 161 it might be. So 161, you got a level there, a couple of areas of resistance and a little bit of support happening there. Not a major level like these other ones where you're getting the bounce, right? Where you're getting the change in direction, where you're kind of pivoting. These are bigger levels, and you want to put a little more weight when you see that type of level change in directions of the price action. All right, here is Ford. Let's get rid of some of these levels we have here. Towards the top, guys, highs and lows from the last two trading days, losing the nice pop we had just the beginning of the month. Here, we lost that 2 days ago. Yesterday, obviously, continuing on the downtrend. Well, not downtrend, but it's not a trend. Yeah, it's only three candles, but continuing on the way down. 21, no, 2092 is the low of the pre-market on Ford. Your high is slightly below the previous day close here at 2145. And if we're to drop lower and see what we have down there, 2044 could be a decent one. And I know Ford is not going to get to 19 from here. It could, but I highly doubt it, especially because you got a lot of support coming up here where it was before you had this pop up, right? So we might just come and hang out down here if that's what we want to do. But we'll see. The market, guys, the SPY is going to dictate a lot of what is going to happen today as well. Remember, you can have a stocks doing their own thing, and but if the SPY decides to sell off like it did yesterday, or if there's a bounce back day, heavy bounce back day, you can also see some stocks follow suit. Nvidia this morning, 235 low of the pre-market towards the top. You got plenty highs and lows from the last two trading days. If we were to look to the bottom side here on Nvidia, we do have not the best level because I only see one day here, 233. 32, and then you have another one here, 228.24. There's not a whole lot of confirmation on these two levels, so again, don't put too much weight on them, but it is what we have there as far as the daily. Man, look at Nvidia, look at the run since 2020. This thing was sitting at 60 bucks, 60 bucks over here, hitting as high as 340. So just real nice. All right, we're good there. And then SoFi was explosive yesterday, both long and short. This morning we are seeing some good pre-market activity, almost 3 million shares traded. So this thing is going to be in play for sure. Very explosive right now. High of the pre-market 1550. When you I'll answer that in a second, Ravi. And then down here, low of the pre-market 1470. So that's good there. I'm also going to mark this here because if you look at this, right? If you look at this area here, you got some pretty nice bounces off of that. I know it's not your low of your pre-market, but it obviously held this level. And Robbie's asking a great question. You know, when we're marking levels, do we consider the wicks or the body of the candle? It depends. It depends. Like here, for example, you have both, right? If you look at this level here, this 114, what is this? 114.88 to be exact, right? If you look at that level there, you have great support right on here. I know the wicks slammed down here to 480, but you have great support right on here. A lot of the candles did not even get a wick; they just bounced right off of that, right? So can you mark that? Can you mark this? Yes, you can. But this looks better to me than the actual wicks right now because you got a lot more candles slamming in against this. So also depends how big the candle is. For example, look at this candle here on the daily, right? if you, I will definitely mark this as a level, and I will definitely mark this as a separate level. So if you got this much space in the candle, yeah, you want to mark them both. They're both could be level. Obviously, this is a level of resistance, and here you obviously found some support, right? Because you stopped selling off here, at least on this candle, right? So you can mark them both. Now they're very close, like something like this here, right? That's pretty close. Then yeah, the body of the candle is fine. And if I have more confirmation on the body of the candle, I'll use that instead of the wick, right? So it depends. It's there's not a a straight answer for that. You have to kind of look at the chart and see what makes sense, right? Does 1480 make sense here? Maybe, maybe right now. Think about it. This is only an 8 cents difference. Now in SoFi, a stock that's $14. Yeah, that could, depending on your size that you're trading, that could be a big difference. If not, this is just an area, right? You're looking for a bigger move. You're looking for the 50 cents, 40 cents move. You don't want to be stuck to like, oh, it's got to be 1488, right? If you're setting a stop based on this level, maybe you want to give yourself an 8 cents buffer and put it down here somewhere, right? So just look at the price action, see what makes sense when it comes to that. SoFi, looking outside of that window at the daily, looks like we're pretty much set because we have our highs from yesterday all the way up here, which by the way have great confirmation here, here, and here. So definitely this 1650 is a struggle for SoFi trying to get above that. The few times that it has, you can see the struggles. Right now, we're kind of coming into a very congested area at the moment. This previous day close line sitting right on here. We'll have to see how we're going to break out. But what I like about SoFi today is the volume. 3 million shares traded. Did trade very well yesterday, guys. And just look at the ramp here. Look at the increase in volume. We're going to be getting into these numbers today. If we are, and the market can, can not push this thing down, maybe we could do 1650 again today, right? We'll have to see how strong this catalyst is that they happen on the last couple of days. These guys gapped down nicely here, popped up, sold off, and then gapped up again, and went all the way to 1650. So they're definitely hot right now, as far as volume and people looking at this stock. INTC guys, we'll see. Possibles list looking okay. AMD starting to drop here. Disney starting to drop. Is the SPY dropping? Is the SPY going south? Yes, a little bit going south. And since we sold off so much yesterday, any move the SPY makes, especially towards the downside, you're gonna see stocks react very, very quickly because this is not a big move. But when you look back and you have this, the people are gonna be very sensitive today. Very, very sensitive. All right, guys, we are all set. That is our list so far. Let's see what the moderators have this morning. All right, I got a couple on here for IPOs today. Let me bring this over and resize this so you guys can take a better look. Guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it very, very much, and it does help us out quite a bit. Let me see here. Let me turn off. Hold on. Let me turn off the video so you guys don't get the mirror effect, and we can see what our moderators have this morning. Here we go. All right, so we are looking at, and what I'm usually doing when I do this, guys, here, for those that are not our YouTube, I'm just turning this off there so you guys don't get that mirror effect. This is our chat room. This is what it looks like. You can chat with members. You can see the moderators line up. You can come up here and you can click on, let's get those alerts out of the way. And click on here and you have scanners, right? So you have the BBT scanners. You click on that, then the scanners will populate here as well. All right, IPOs for today. SMSA, you got one there. No SPACs. Peter's coming in with his list. AMD, Netflix, Piton. Secondary list 4, SoFi, and NVIDIA. Mike looking at NVIDIA, Netflix, and Piton. Tiffany, NVIDIA, Netflix, SoFi, and Piton as secondary. Thor, guys, pretty much looking at the exact same thing, right? We all almost have the exact same thing. I'm reading the same tickers over and over again. So for a reason, is what looks good today. Thor looking at Netflix, AMD, Apple, and the scanners. And of course, got to look at the SPY. Got to look at the SPY today, right? The way that things are playing out. Any chance Roku will move today on Netflix earnings? I don't know. Maybe they could. They possibly can. You see Disney starting to drop a little bit now on that news. Maybe you might see some sympathy moves on that as well. And Roku is good, right? Roku, I like when they're in play. All right, SPY starting to lose their lows, which is gonna, again, people are gonna be sensitive today. Any move, there's gonna be some pretty significant sell off if we do decide to sell like this. See, right now Roku is not in play. This right here is just the overall SPY moving things. So we'll see. Now, if you look at Roku compared to Netflix, right? uh, pretty much the same as far as the daily, but this drop here is specific to them. So this is really in play. Disney selling off a little bit, but actually no, Disney gapped down. Yeah, Roku didn't move at all. Actually, yeah, Roku's just it's just flat, right? So, but we'll see. All right, guys, I think we are pretty much set our list today. We have Peloton, we have Netflix, which I like Netflix quite a bit here, guys. Apple is choppy right now, but 1.8 million shares traded is basically look at the SPY. You want to trade something, Apple could be a good one. Ford will be interesting after dropping down here nicely the last couple of days. Nvidia trying to hold this 235 here. And then SoFi, great volume going into the red this morning. So, all right, I think we have a decent list. Norm, anything that might have popped up that you like?
No, I like what we got. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I really don't put my list very often anymore because it's the same stuff everybody else has.
Yeah, we have the same thing. You look at this list today, we have the same companies, and then the rest of the stuff that's not on here, guys. We're just gonna probably be looking at the SPY, and if the SPY does a pop or drop, we're not saying it's gonna sell off, but an aggressive pop or drop, you're gonna have some stocks that might follow suit, that will follow suit. NKLA is moving here, man. Look at the last couple of days. They got 488,000. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one for me personally. As far as an intraday trade, I think there's better options. But looking at it now, everything does not look bad on this one, right? Um, what about Lucid? Lucid's pretty. I'm gonna add Lucid to my possibles list because they could be pretty aggressive. They could be pretty good. So we'll put that there. All right, we are set, guys. It is Friday, so guys, trade safe today. We'll see how the SPY is going to do. Keep an eye on the overall market, see what's happening there. I personally, again, this is just the way I'm going to be trading today. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait a little bit because I think things going to be very choppy. Everybody's trying to digest. Okay, what's happening next with the overall market? And I probably will not be taking a trade against whatever the SPY is going to be doing today, right? You probably just do not want to be in that situation. Lucid has no shares for sure where IB. I did not notice that. Let me see. Lucid. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, we don't want to see that. Because if it's a red day, we want to make sure that we can we can take things both directions here. Um, all right, guys. I don't have anything else. We are set. Let me see if any more moderators come in with the list. Okay, here's Jared watching NVIDIA for the gap levels, SoFi and the index and the ETFs there. We'll see when Brian throws his list out. We'll read that one out, and then we'll call it a day here. Um, let's see here. Guys, while we do that, guys, have an amazing weekend. Again, be patient today. Look at the SPY, see what's happening there. Go into your weekend knowing that you follow your rules is very important. You don't get to come back the next day
Excuse me.
to make things up, right? So you got to
Yeah.
wait 2 days, and if you broke your rules and are doing things that are not in your trade book, it's gonna bother you the entire week. It's gonna bother your mindset. So please, just be disciplined. You gotta be disciplined every day, but Fridays, especially Friday, don't be that guy too trying to trade at 3 in the afternoon, trying to make your money back. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Just
don't swing for
you
the fences on
yeah,
Friday.
yeah. Don't, it's I've been there, man. It's the worst
It
feeling.
doesn't work.
There at 2 o'clock, over trading, trying to make your money back, and no, just don't do that. If you get stopped out and you don't have it today, you don't have it. You come back Monday. The market will be here, but your account will not be here if you overtrade and then just blow it up. So careful. Brian, looking at TNA, TZA, BSCF, JD, and GDX this morning. So, wow, these are all things that are not on my list. Brian's got a completely different list today. So, looking forward to him breaking it down next as we get into the chat room. Guys, over
I
on
think
YouTube.
that's BSFC, not BSCF. That's the low float we looked at. TNA, TZA are both small cap
Yeah.
ETFs.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, over on YouTube, Trade Safe, hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. We're at 159. We'd love to get to 250, 300. We appreciate it very much. Take care, Trade Safe, and we'll see you on Monday. Have an amazing weekend.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend.